You started out looking for an activity that would keep you active and in shape, and you'd always dreamed of riding horses. So now you've been taking riding lessons. You've been bit by the bug. You've learned that the best thing for the inside of a person is the outside of a horse. You've fallen for the whole ambiance. You love the way they look, the way they move, those soulful eyes. You've learned to love the smell of their breath. You've even learned to love the smell of horse sweat. You want to move on to the next level, and that is to own your very own horse. There's a lot to shopping for a horse. In this video, we're going to cover the basic questions you should ask when deciding to look at a horse. The first thing I learned when shopping for a horse is that people don't sell good horses. If the person selling the horse is a horse person, then they're selling the horse because of some problem. Your challenge is to find out what that problem is and then decide if you can deal with it. These problems can vary, but ideally the problem that is best is the current rider is looking to move up to a more challenging horse, and the horse they're selling is a good beginner's horse, but not for the goal they want to achieve. It could have been a child's horse and they have moved on from their parents' home, and the parents don't ride. Another reason would be they have fallen on financial hard times and can no longer afford a horse. This is good as long as they have kept up with using the horse. If it has been sitting idle for months to years, it may not be a good idea for a beginner to buy. Less than ideal is the person who feels the horse is not a good fit for them because they have trouble with some of its behavior. This could be a problem for a beginner because the horse has already demonstrated that it can be less than fun to ride. Finally, the person can be selling it because of some physical problem with the horse. It may be manageable, but expensive. This management can include special foot care, special nutrition, or regular medication. The next challenge is the attitude of the people selling the horse. For whatever reason, I've always found individual horse people to border on arrogant. Yes, that includes myself. We have the tendency to think we know a lot more than everybody else when it comes to our equine friends. Don't fight it, just be prepared for it. There are many types of people trying to sell a horse. Probably the best person to buy from is your trainer. They know that what your level is, know what will challenge you, and still be fun for you. Be careful of brokers. They buy and sell, and the quick turnover is how they make their money. They don't really know the horse and are somewhat callous to people that get in over their heads. You should evaluate the seller at the same time you evaluate the horse. Don't buy if you think they're unethical or lying. If you go and look at a horse, don't sell it to yourself. Don't go looking for a big reason not to buy it. Go looking for a reason to buy it. In other words, when you arrive, you should be saying to yourself, I'm not going to buy this horse. Then look for a reason to buy it. Don't arrive thinking, I'm going to buy this horse. Then you won't see the reasons not to buy it, unless, of course, they're really glaring reasons. Let's start by saying that the first thing you do is to write a little statement about why you want a horse, what you'll be doing with the horse, your self-perceived skill level, and what you're looking for. A good number of people ask you this, and if you're already thought it out, you can give a short but comprehensive answer. The next thing is to take my list and write it out. I will put the list in my comments, and you can copy and paste it to your list. This is in no way a complete list. Feel free to add to it and modify it for your situation. Make a copy for each horse you're thinking about and delete the questions that you already know the answer to. Here's an example of the statement I said to write. I am an advanced rider looking for a sound, easy keeper, reasonably calm, gets along with other horses, especially mares, used for chores around the ranch and trail riding. This covers my skill level, what I'm looking for, what I'll be doing with the horse. I didn't say I wanted the horse and why I wanted the horse in this statement because in reality, I'm always shopping for a horse. Most people are not. I added the part about especially mares because somehow I've ended up with all mares in my Bermuda. It isn't that I prefer mares or that I particularly object to mares. It's just worked out that way. Question 1. Is it an easy keeper? This is to find out if this horse needs extra hay. Question 2. On a calmness scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being almost dead, where is this horse? Question 3. Does it get along with other horses? Even if you'll be keeping this horse in a stall or in its own run, it's nice to know if it gets along with other horses. Question 4. Has it been kept with other horses? Question 5. How is it at picking up its feet? Question 6. Does it trailer load? Question 7. Has there ever been children around it or on it? If you own a horse long enough, you'll eventually have children around it, even if you don't have children. Some horses who have never seen children don't seem to realize that children are small human beings and are somewhat frightened by them. This could be dangerous to the child. Question 8. How long have you had this horse? If they've only had it for a short time, this could indicate a problem they may be trying to hide. Question 9. Where did it come from? If they rescued this horse, that means an owner before them had problems with the horse. Question 10. Did you get a brand inspection when you bought it? This is important in some parts of the U.S. A brand inspection is not only a travel permit, but also considered a bill of sale and shows legal ownership. Question 11. Why are you selling it? This is also to uncover any problems they might be hiding. Question 12. What kind of bit do you use? Question 13. Do you wear spurs? Questions 12 and 13 could be nice to know questions, or could also tell you that you need to look for problems when you actually look at the horse. I have no problem with bits or spurs if the rider knows how to use them correctly. Problems come when a rider attempts to correct unwanted behavior with a more severe bit, or they overuse their spurs. Question 14. Any history of lameness? You know the old adage, no foot, no horse. Question 15. Any history of colic? Some horses do colic once or twice in their lives. A horse that has a history of multiple bouts of colics could be trouble. Is it up to date on its vaccination? This is an indication of what kind of care the present owner has given the horse. Do you have a recent Coggins on it? This is a test for equine infectious anemia. If you're crossing state lines with the horse, you'll need a negative Coggins test. Waiting for the results of the test could delay the final purchase of the horse. The test results are good for 1 year. Some states require them periodically. Question 18. When were its teeth last floated or examined? This is another nice to know question. Question 19. What vices does this horse have? You really don't want a horse with a vice. For those who don't know, a vice is behavior such as cribbing, biting, and weaving. A vice is a repetitive behavior that has no purpose. Cribbing and weaving can cause the horse to be hard to keep weight on. Biting can be dangerous. These behaviors can be difficult and impossible to correct. You'll be told they can be managed, but do you really want to knowingly take on these challenges? Question 20. What are you currently feeding this horse? You don't want to radically change a horse's diet. This could lead to founder. You also don't want a horse that has to be fed an exotic diet that requires a high feed build. 21. When was the last time you had the feet trimmed or shod? This is another indicator of the kind of care the horse has been getting. Again, no foot, no horse. Question 22. Have you had this horse on a regular parasite control schedule, and if so, describe it. Even another indicator of the kind of care the horse has been getting. Question 23. Who is your vet? If they don't really have a vet, this could be another care issue. Has this horse had any problems that you know about? Just trying to cover all bases. Question 25. Is there someone there who can ride the horse first? I have put the first ride on quite a few horses. I'm not what you would call a fearful rider. On the other hand, I don't want to be put in the situation of thinking I'm getting on a broke horse when the horse is going to start rearing or bucking. I want to see the present owner ride the horse. It will tell me a lot about the horse. When I ask this question, it makes people think I'm a beginner. I don't care. Further, I'm not going to try and train the horse for free. Ask this before you look at the horse. If no one there will ride it, why should you waste time traveling there to see it? Your first horse should be a fun and exciting adventure. A mature and well-broke horse are the best bet for a first horse. The answers to these questions could save you some time and energy when looking at specific horses. Some of them are deal breakers, others are nice to know. The nice to know could add up to a deal breaker. All of them will tell you if you want to take this horse. Don't be afraid to walk away. With care and diligence, you should find a true companion that will bring you years of enjoyment and satisfaction. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell. Leave a comment if you want to add something or have a question or correction. If you know someone who you think would find this video interesting, please share it with them. Thank you for watching.